Scorn got off of his rowing boat and stepped foot onto the wildland area. The area that lay unclaimed by any nation and rumored to be filled with mysteries and creatures. He climbed to the top of the hill that was on the shore and saw a grand land stretching far and wide with a ginormous tree the size of a mountain sticking out in the center of it, only about a kilometer away from him. He saw that the sun was just starting to set and walked to the tree, because he was curious and because he thought it would be a good place to sleep for the night. While he was sleeping, he was woken up in the middle of the night by the sound of a large creature walking in the fields. This creature has white sleek skin, a lizard-shaped head, a body similar to a gorilla, walks on all fours, and stands 10 meters tall. The creature turned, hearing Scorn sit up, making a rustling noise. The creature was facing and looking directly at him, and Scorn froze, making no noise, and the creature kept walking. Then Scorn slowly lay back down and against his bag to keep his heat up in case something else arrived in the night. The next morning he got up and quickly ate his breakfast, then continued to carefully walk through the fields. A couple of hours later, as he came to the edge of the forest that he would have to traverse through, he looked back at the expansive field, the faint sight of the shore in the distance, and he felt the breeze of the wind. He thought back on the journey he had gone on, how he had to furiously row his boat across the Luminara Sea, and the dread he felt from the sea monster he saw. The unease and nervousness he felt when going through the town of Iverion, worrying about assassins and the threat they may pose, and how he had to twist and contort a sea creature's face when crossing the Luminara Sea again. These events had caused Scorn large stress and strain on his mind, leading to many nights of barely getting the sleep he needed, making him tired up to this very moment. Thinking of all of this and his sick mother and sister waiting at home in pain, Scorn knew that he had to continue on, and feeling a slight sense of relief from the scenery he was in, he took his step into the forest. Scorn was going through the forest for hours, hearing the sound of the birds whistling through the breeze. Then suddenly a wyvern crawled down from a tree ahead of them, growling at Scorn. When he saw him and looked at the tree it had crawled from, and he realized that the tree had a nest inside of it, and that the wyvern was protecting its nest and children inside it. Immediately Scorn began to run, knowing that the wyvern was territorial, but the wyvern began to chase Scorn. Scorn ran as fast as he could, but the wyvern catched up and tackled him to the ground. The wyvern went to strike Scorn, but he was able to grab its jaw, trying his best to push it away. Scorn focused on the wyvern and began trying to use his magic to set the wyvern on fire. He was concentrating as hard as he could. Then the wyvern jumped off him and began flailing around in agony. Scorn was shocked and confused, because he did not see anything happening to the wyvern. The wyvern then just got off the ground and frantically flew away. After the wyvern encounter, Scorn went another direction and went as fast as he could through the forest. That night he tried to get as much sleep as he could and in the morning walk again. After hours of walking, Scorn saw what would be the final and largest part of his journey, the Cerelios Desert. Thank you for watching this story of Scorn. Please like and subscribe for more stories.